Hi, good day. Let us learn about Mendelian genetics. Genetics is one of the oldest disciplines in biology. Before, scientists believed that organisms produce offspring carrying combined or blended traits of parents. For instance, scientists expect that when dogs having different fur colors are bred, say white to be bred with brown, the color of the offspring will be pure brown. However, the result is brown with patches of white. Similar studies and hypotheses were proposed, but they all failed to explain as to how an offspring inherit traits from parents. In Gregor Johann Mendel's papers, he explained that offspring inherit heritable factors that are passed down from one generation to another while maintaining their individuality. Nowadays, it is clear that these factors of heredity are the genes. Genes are segments of DNA that carry the traits of parents that are passed down from parents to offspring. Genes therefore determine the traits of offspring. For many centuries, until this very moment, the study of genetics is still being developed and applied in many aspects like medicine and technology. So what is genetics? It is simply the branch of biology that deals with heredity and variation of organisms. Heredity refers to the transmission of traits from parents to offspring, while variations are the differences of traits seen in both parents and offspring. For instance, you may have curly hair, but your parents have wavy hair. Your dad has free earlobes, but you and your mom have attached earlobes. Heredity and variation of traits play many roles in the uniqueness of all organisms in this world. Gregor Johann Mendel, an Australian by nationality and a monk by vocation, through his work on pea plants, discovered the fundamental laws of inheritance. Are you familiar with peas, or tsitsaro in Filipino? These are how peas look like. Why do you think Mendel chose green peas for his experiments? Peas have traits that are easily noticeable. They are easy to breed and grow, which make it easy to reproduce new generations of peas in a short period of time and in large numbers. It has been observed that pea plants normally pollinates itself because it has perfect flowers, or flowers with both the male and female reproductive organs. Mendel was successful in his experiments because he carefully studied one trait of pea plant at a time using a test cross called the monohybrid cross. Mono means one trait is being studied. The first step done by Mendel was to prepare two sets of pea plant, both showing contrasting characters. The first set showed pure purple flowers, while the second set showed pure white flowers. We will call this set of pea plants as the parental generation 1 or P1. And then he executed the following steps as seen in this figure. He removed the stamens of all the purple flowers at first set of pea plant. After using a brush, he gently removed the pollen grains of white flowers, which is the second set, and cross-pollinated it to the first set. After which, he cut the stamens of the second set to prevent unwanted pollination from other plants. As soon as the fruit or pod appeared, he then removed the seed and planted them. The resulting offspring, as the seed grew, showed pure purple flowers and no white flowers. We will call the offspring of the parental pea plant as filial generation 1 or F1. When he observed the other traits that appeared in F1, he saw that these characters were similar with the characters shown by the first set of the parental pea plant having pure purple flowers. The traits observed by Mendel are summarized in this table. Based on this, Mendel had the hypothesis that the characters of the second set of pea plant were not lost. They were just hidden or masked by the characters shown in the first set of pea plant. So to test if the hypothesis is correct, Mendel allowed F1, now P2 or parental generation 2, to self-pollinate and produce fruits. The seeds of these fruits were planted and eventually grew. Thus, they will be considered as the offspring of P2 and to be called as F2 or filial generation 2. Remarkably, most F2 showed purple flowers and little of the number of white flowers. Mendel's hypothesis is correct. Based on his experiment, Mendel proposed the following laws and principles that account to the formulation of Mendelian principles of genetics. The first law is called the law of complete dominance. When a parent carrying pure, stronger characters of traits are crossed or bred to another parent carrying pure, weaker characters of trait, their offspring or offsprings will possess the stronger characters that will mask or hide the weaker characters. The stronger characters are referred to as dominant and the weaker characters are recessive. Therefore, in Mendel's observation, we can say that the first set of parental pea plants carried dominant characters while the second set carried recessive characters. Dominant and recessive characters of traits are also applicable to other organisms. For instance, in hair color, black is dominant over the recessive blonde. This explains why most of us have black color of hair. The second law is called the law of segregation and recombination. During gametogenesis, homologous chromosomes have pairs of genes separate or segregate. The pairing of these genes can only be stored or recombined if chromosomes during fertilization will find their homologue. Let us have the principle of alleles. Alleles are the alternative forms of genes. For instance, in pea plants, the flower color is considered as the gene of trait, while the alleles for it are purple and white. Another is seed color that has alleles of yellow and green. We will use letters to symbolize alleles. Dominant alleles are in uppercase letters, while recessive alleles are in lowercase. If purple as the color of the flower is dominant, we can symbolize it as uppercase P, while white, which is recessive, is symbolized as lowercase p. Observing the law of recombination and complete dominance, alleles of traits always appear in a pair. Therefore, we can use two uppercase P or a combination of uppercase P and lowercase p to represent purple flower color and two lowercase p for white. If a pair of allele is the same, they are considered homozygous pair. If unlike, then they are heterozygous pair. Therefore, two pairs of uppercase P and two pairs of lowercase p are considered homozygous alleles, while uppercase P and lowercase p is considered as heterozygous allele. In the experiment of Mendel, we said that the parental generation of pea plants has two sets. The first set carries pure purple flowers, while the second set has pure white flowers. Observing the law of complete dominance and principle of alleles, we will represent the first set of pea plant as two uppercase P and the second set as two lowercase p as seen in P1 of this table. Next in the figure, we can see that each pair of gene separate due to gametogenesis as stated by the law of segregation. On the other hand, Mendel cross-pollinated the first set to the second set of pea plant. When Mendel did this, he recombined, or called the law of recombination, the pair of genes. Since Mendel observed only one trait, which is flower color, we will use a monohybrid Punnett square to determine the outcome or formation of F1 pea plant. To use a Punnett square, each gene is crossed or combined to each other to form a pair that determines a trait. Each gene within the small squares determines 25% of occurrence. As Mendel observed, F1 possess pure purple flowers, which is also seen in our ratio having 100% pure purple flowers. Genotype is the genetic makeup of organisms. Genotype is represented by pair of letters as in alleles. In the table, the genotype of P1 purple flowers is 2 uppercase P, while for white is 2 lowercase p. Their offspring in F1 are all uppercase P combined with lowercase p. That is why the genotypic ratio is 4:0 or 100% heterozygous P. Phenotype, on the other hand, is the physical manifestation of the genotype or genes. Simply, the phenotypes are the traits that are seen. So the corresponding phenotype of 2 uppercase P and a combination of uppercase P and lowercase p is purple and 2 lowercase p is white. Since the resulting F1 has 100% heterozygous P, the corresponding phenotype of these are all purple flowers. The phenotypic ratio is therefore 100% pure purple flowers. On the other hand, when Mendel allowed F1 to grow and became P2, he planted their seeds and allowed those to grow as F2. We can see in this table that the genotypic ratio of F2 is 1:2:1 or 25% homozygous uppercase P and uppercase P, 50% heterozygous uppercase P and lowercase p, and 25% homozygous lowercase p and lowercase p. Mendel said that the dominant characters showed in P1 of first set of P plant hide or mark the recessive characters shown in the second set. This is proved to be correct since 25% of F2 has the characteristics of the second set of P plant in P1. Such characteristics did not appear in F1 since the dominant genes hide the recessive genes. Let us have the law of independent assortment. The law of independent assortment states that each trait is treated individually and does not affect each other. Therefore, the segregation of homologous chromosomes carrying allele of a trait during gametogenesis is independent to the segregation of other homologous chromosome carrying another allele of a trait. Thus, alleles are inherited independently during fertilization. This proposition was stated by Mendel after the second wave of his experiment. The dihybrid cross using the dihybrid Punnett square will enable us to follow the law of independent assortment. Unlike before, Mendel observed two traits, the flower color and flower positioning. In the formation of gametes of P1 in this table, we can see how allelic pairs of genes for flower color and flower positioning segregates. In F1, the segregated allelic pair of genes recombine before individual pairs for each pair. We can also observe this in P2 and F2 in the following table. Such mechanism shows the independent assortment of gene for a specific trait. If this is your first time watching my video, make sure you hit the subscriber button. Thank you for watching.